Hey, what's up, dummies? You don't know shit, so I'm here to tell you about shit. This is Halloween history in 1 minute. Today we were talking about ghosts. Ghosts have been around, of course, since the first people died, and then more people were like, what happened to them? They were like, they're fucking floating around somewhere or something. But for the purposes of Halloween history, we're going to focus on the ghosts and the white bed sheet. Where'd the white bed sheet come from? Back in the day, whenever anybody died, they would cover them in a white sheet so everybody didn't have to look at them. They would shroud them from the public. A shroud. And the thought process was that if the spirit ever came back to life, it would lift up the sheet and then float around with it on its head or something. But the true roots of the American ghost story is a direct result of the American Civil War. It cannot be understated the size, scope, and scale of loss. It would be the equivalent today of about 6 million Americans. So many soldiers' bodies were left unclaimed and left out on the battlefield, and the families never got any closure, so they began to tell stories about their spirits coming home again. With so much loss of life and so many people left to grieve, many Americans reached out for new ways to try and contact their lost loved ones. This created an explosion of spiritualism in the 19th century in America. However, since the majority of Americans were Christian, they had to find a way to justify bringing spiritualism into their Christian practices. So it became commonplace for Christians to use psychics, Ouija boards, and get palm readings. All of these things were accepted at the time. With the explosion of print media, radio, and film, these stories permeated the culture and created what we now know today as the modern ghost story. Moral of the story is ghosts aren't real, Civil War is, and let's try to not have another one. Anyway, if you like that, me and my two friends do a podcast called Reasonably Afraid. See you next time. Get fucked.